you know anything about Harry Styles in our communities?
Gonna talk about it again, so y'all, I told y'all so.
Our culture,
I am a Sam Smith. I will be Sam's representative.
our story.
It's also not a requirement for you to agree our opinions.
This is the Culture Report.
All right, welcome to this week's episode of the Culture Report. It's gonna be a good one. Alexia, I know you had a really good weekend. We're gonna get all into it later, but what'd you do? Tell the people what you did.
I was in New York, and guess who I saw?
Who did you see?
Beyonce.
Oh, how was that show?
It was good. It was
Oh,
good.
everything that you thought it was going to be?
Yeah, there were some issues with the guy in front of us, but we'll talk about that
He's
later.
gonna give us all the details at the end, so y'all stick with us. But first, we have some mess to get into. Roll the clip.
This is what I mean when the transphobia just comes out, the audacity and just the arrogance for cis women to believe that they own periods, that they own womanhood. You don't. Okay, you don't own periods, you don't own womanhood. You experience both, and both are different for every person, but as a cis woman, it doesn't belong to you, so you can't gatekeep it. Like, hello?
Whew. All right, that was the clip that started it all. So TikToker Blessing Rose went viral after sharing her views on womanhood. Soon after, comedian Jess Hilarious decided to let the internet know exactly how she felt about it.
Hello. Who the is gonna stand up for us? Who the stands up for us? And us, I mean women, real women, biological women, women who were born with all the parts that you guys wish that you were. What is the difference between you and someone who has been diagnosed to be mentally insane? What's the only difference is you don't have a straitjacket on. We're the only ones that can give birth. We make y'all people. We make y'all. Y'all come from us. You can't be us. You will never.
All right, so after Jess posted her response, the backlash was quick to follow, of course, but a lot of people came to her defense as well, including T.S. Madison, a trans actress and TV personality, but instead of going off, she gave her a little bit of advice.
Just Hilarious, who had every right to feel some type of way, because we're not going to sit up here and act as if women aren't feeling like they're under attack. And women are feeling like they're under attack because of the political propaganda that's being put out, as if trans people are demons, as if we're vile, as if we are out to try to erase womanhood. And I understand that women are feeling at this current time, in these states of affairs, that their whole womanhood is on the line, and that somebody is trying to take that from them. But your anger is misplaced, because the people that are trying to take that from you are the people that are in Congress, in the White House, and in legislature.
Yeah, so all this kind of snowballed over the past week. Black X, whatever. Black whatever. Everyone was talking about it, and I feel like it all just snowballed from one, it was a clip that was taken out of context. Mm-hmm. Do I think this conversation would have happened regardless? Yes. It has happened over the past few years anyway. But the original TikTok that we saw at the beginning, where she was saying how women can't claim womanhood and things like that, it was taken out of context. She was talking about trans men. She was asked about trans men and non-binary people who might still have periods and things like that, and they don't necessarily conform to those ideals of womanhood. So she was trying to express that womanhood doesn't look the same for everyone. Mm-hmm. I just think that, like I said, taken out of context, I mean, what Jess said is still out of line.
I think it was out of line.
I mean, how do you
need to go on a big rant like that?
Right. I mean, so how do you guys feel as...
Well, first off, I don't feel threatened.
Women?
This whole womanhood thing, it's not threatening. I think, like she said, it is being pointed in the wrong direction, this anger. I mean, we should be focusing on women's reproductive rights, wage gaps. There's so many things that we can be, fighting for, and this is where we focus it?
It bothers me, too. I don't understand why are we so mad at someone that identifies as a woman. We should be celebrating them and lifting them up instead of putting them down.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be nice.
That would be nice.
Pardon my ignorance, but cis, this term, why is it, being taken to a place where it may be offensive for some?
If it's been around for a few decades now, it's not, I mean, it's relatively new when we think about English, but it just means, cisgender just means that your gender identity corresponds with the sex you were assigned at birth. So transgender people don't identify with the sex they were assigned at birth, so they transition. So I feel like, just like from what I saw in her clip, I don't want to say threatened. I mean, she didn't feel threatened, but I do think that she thinks that trans women are trying to erase real women, or they're trying to replace them, or one-up them, from what I've heard. And I don't think that's the case. I just think they want to just be embraced for who they are. I don't know. And T.S. Madison said in her clip that transphobia is like one that's a root issue. So she was saying that transphobia could really impact even cisgender women, because let's say a man is very aggressive towards trans people. If a woman has masculine features, which some women do, they could get attacked. They could, anything could happen. They could get killed. Trans women get killed all the time. It's not uncommon. So that's really an issue we really need to be focusing on, is to make sure that doesn't happen.
No, it shouldn't be one marginalized group going against another. I think that's what bugs me about it.
Yeah.
We need to pick our battles, guys.
Yeah, so at least all the trans women I've been friends with, they are always out. They're always supporting women. They're all girls.
As we should. We should all be supporting each other no matter what.
That's not the case for everybody. That's not the case for all
I know,
trans
clearly
people.
this isn't the case.
But yeah, I mean, all the ones I know, all the ones I call friends and family, I mean, they're always, if you need them to march, they're marching. If they need to defend you for something, they're defending you. It's a sisterhood. So I don't want to tell women how to feel, but that's just my perspective as a man.
But I agree with you. I feel like we should be supporting each other and being uplifting. As I've said before, why are we putting so many women down all the time, whether you're trans or not? Why are we doing that?
It just opened the doors for more culture wars. All these people, chiming in with horrible comments. I was reading through some of those, and it was just, it's sad to see those. I hate seeing that.
Yeah, and I mean, the rhetoric that's being thrown around right now about trans people, that's not helping. But I implore you, anybody that might feel some type of way, I mean, speak to a trans person, make a trans friend, learn firsthand instead of just seeing, believing what you see online. So, yeah.
All right. So, Euphoria star Angus Cloud has died at 25. Cloud's family released a statement about his death, saying that he just buried his father the week before and was struggling with the loss. The statement said in part, quote, Angus was opened about his battle with mental health, and we hope that his passing can be a reminder to others that they are not alone and should not fight this on their own in silence. A cause of death has not yet been determined. This is so awful. When I first saw this, I was on the plane yesterday, and I was like, I can't believe this. It's just awful. I'm just so sad.
This was a rough, I feel like it always hits harder. When it's someone young, it's like someone your age. It really shows it can happen to anybody. And I know some people are probably out there why are we talking about this man? I mean, yes, sure, men are far from marginalized, but I feel like when it comes to mental health and talking about mental health, for men, it's hard. That's something that really needs to be addressed, and I really want to use this platform to do that.
Yeah.
And I know his family said he was struggling with mental health issues, and his dad just passed, and it just shows the importance of having your village around you and checking on your friends and being vocal and making sure that we normalize mental health.
I know he's spoken out about his mental health before, so it's just sad that it might have been the thing that might have killed him,
Yeah, I feel just from my experience going through grief, you do self-isolate a little bit. You don't want to talk to people, you want to process everything as it's happening. That doesn't mean you as a friend can't reach out and just say, hey, I don't know what to say, because sometimes you don't know what to say, and that keeps you from even reaching out. And sometimes all you want somebody to say is, hey, I'm here. That's it. So that part of it, I can't imagine there's all this stigma. I mean, it's getting better, but there's still stigma around mental health, and then, having grief on top of it all. I can't, with his dad, that's
I like what you said there, where you're sometimes when people do lose someone, you're I don't know what to say to them. And I think a lot of us do that. We're like, I don't know
do
what
it
to
a
say to
lot.
that person. I just want to leave them alone, let them be left alone for a little bit. But I think we should be reaching out to those people a little bit more and just checking in, just to be like, hey, I'm here for you if you need to talk. And when they're ready, they will talk to you.
Yeah, I mean, and that is important, just so they know that, okay, people care, they're here for me, because I'm guilty of that. I mean, one of my friends, let me correct that, many of my friends have told me about myself recently, telling me, like, I haven't heard from you, I've been going through this and this and this, which is unlike me. I'm typically all on top of my friends, but I've been having my own situation going on. But even when I know something's going on, it's hard for me to reach out, because I'm like, well, like, what if this is their one moment? Like, what if the moment I text them, it's like it's their one moment where they're like not thinking about it and they're in a good headspace, and then I send my text and it just reminds them of everything and it brings down their day.
No.
And that's how my mind will always
I think
work.
that's how my mind works too.
But it's always safer to just reach out, because you're going to run into them at some point, you know, when they come back, and then it's going to be like, God, I never reached out. You know, if, you know, hopefully it doesn't turn out like this tragedy, but, you know, if you do end up seeing somebody after going through grief, it's better to just say, you know, hey, I reached out. Maybe they weren't ready to talk, but I was there.
Yeah, I like that, and we should do a better job.
We will.
And I think we should take care of ourselves too, as well. I know we talked about it earlier. Like, we're all dealing with something, but we should also make sure to take.
I've been pressuring Jamal on that one.
Jamal, did you go to therapy? You said you signed up. Did you do it?
Oh, we're just talking about my therapy. No, my therapist stood me up. We're not going to talk.
Okay, we won't talk about it today.
But no, I am actively. It's really important. If I can do it, you can do it too. Trust.
All right. And discrimination based on body size is common and persistent in American workplaces, but it's largely left out of diversity and inclusion training and overlooked in employment law. According to Axios, there's an economic cost to not being thin. It's harder to get hired, promoted, and paid. Weight discrimination also affects women more than men. For an obese woman of average height, losing 65 pounds could have the same impact on her wages as gaining a master's degree. That's a lot to unpack right there. First off, when you're talking about it being equivalent to having a master's degree, I mean, it just tells you how big of a fight we have compared to men when it comes to wages.
Hearing that one, like the whole, like the fact that that's not protected by laws is wild. I just assumed it was just included, but
No, let me tell you, Jamal, what's included in federal law. So you know, it's race, color, religion, gender, sexual orientation, national origin, disability status, and age. But that is not included in there. So I know there's like already laws that are trying to be passed, or states that are trying to pass laws, like Michigan does have a ban on any discrimination for weight. But I think more states can actually, you know, join in and help out and maybe not penalize so many people for being overweight, you know, with higher premiums, say for insurance. Like there's got to be better ways of, you know, encouraging people to stay healthy.
But why are we judging people based off their weight?
Yeah,
like off their that's not like affecting their worth.
that has nothing to do with my work ethic. And
Nothing.
I mean, no, I'm trying to think of like what kind of job. I mean, I can think of like maybe some kind of manual labor, or like military. Like I know they have their own, but I'm not under
Social pressure.
It's
Jamal.
social pressure. It's all, and it's giving real male gaze vibes.
And study after study has found the same thing. So, I mean, when you think about it, you know, you could link it, say, like poverty, for example. Maybe you don't have access to, like, you know, healthy foods or exercise, but then that would apply to men, and men don't make less based on their weight. So,
No.
I should tell you something else.
Anytime I try to lose weight, it's not for a bag. So, yeah,
It should be for yourself. It shouldn't be for a job. Like your job should not be discriminating you based on your weight at all.
especially if you know what you're doing and you're doing your job correctly.
Yeah, it should not be. Oh,
This is stressing me out. I need some good.
all right, let's go ahead and hop into the good news of the week. All right, we've been talking about the Renaissance tour since the beginning of the show, since we started this show, and I can finally say I went to the show in New Jersey this past Sunday. I got to reunite with my best friends from high school and college to see the one and only Beyonce. And if you have the opportunity to go to the show, go. You won't regret it. And Jamal, I know you have about a month and a half to go.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna see you in H-Town, B.
And we finally got a glimpse at salsa legend Celia Cruz's U.S. coin design, and it didn't disappoint. It features Cruz flashing her dazzling smile while performing in a Rumba-style dress, and of course, her signature catchphrase, Azúcar. Cruz joins a roster of accomplished women to be featured in the American Women Quarters program. Her coin will be released in 2024.
All right, and I'm a tad bit late to the party, but I showed up. I just found out that this year Vanderbilt University will have its first ever black female neurosurgery resident. So Dr. Tamia Potter was selected back in March. It's just so great to see that all these years later and we're still seeing these epic firsts. It's taken a long time, but I'm glad they're happening.
I love it.
And we have a double dose of good news. It doesn't stop there. It's been more than 70 years since doctors at Johns Hopkins Hospital took a woman's cervical cells without her knowledge. Those cells were the first human cells ever successfully cloned. They became a cornerstone of modern medicine, enabling countless scientific and medical innovations, including the development of the polio vaccine, genetic mapping, and even COVID-19 vaccines. So the family of Henrietta Lacks sued in 2021 and never received any compensation until now. The family and the biotech company reached a settlement on July 31st.
Wow, I didn't know.
Awesome.
Absolutely. This was a long time coming. And like I said, we've taken all these strides forward. It was so unjust to begin with. So I'm really happy that we're taking steps to right these wrongs.
I love that.
Me too. And I'm
I was about to
excited
say.
see the videos from the Renaissance World
My
Tour.
videos aren't great, but I can't wait to see yours when you
Lexi's
go.
about to be up in here screaming in these videos. I'm so excited. Okay.
I make sure to mute. I stay quiet when I'm recording, so I don't have to.
So we can hear the queen.
Joel, do you have your outfit already?
We're not going to talk about it. I have the accessories, I have the shoes, and that's all you need to know. All right. Thank you for joining this week's Culture Report. We'll be back to continue the conversation next Thursday, right here on our free 9 News Plus app and 9news.com.